Hello, everyone. So I went on a road trip today to Rockville, which is the next county to the north of me. And this coin shop, every time I went there, they always package their whatever you buy in this little kind of fancy looking paper bag. Just fine. So let's talk a little bit about some of the stuff I got. I'll start with the United States stuff because I got a couple standing Liberty quarters. Mind you that the prices on these are not what I paid for it. They knocked a few dollars off every single coin I got. This claims to be very good grade, which it probably is around there. And their staples are all down on this one, which is nice. It says $10, and I think it was knocked down to 8. I'm not really sure exactly what price he put because I didn't pay that much attention to the price on each one of these. He just knocked some off. There's 27p, which is also, they wrote VG on it. He knocked a couple bucks off this one too, and it doesn't look bad at all. So these two were the US coins, a couple nicer looking, a little bit less worn standing Liberty half dollar, or not half dollars, but quarters. Sorry. Now, he had this, which is the 10-cent Canadian centennial coin, which this one looks to be very uncirculated, or if it isn't, it's really close. Now, again, this time, this one, the staples aren't down. But we can crunch them down with a pair of pliers. And I recommend you do that. I got a lot of coins I need to do this to, but this one I think ended up being $3, which is a little over melt on these, but not horrible, I guess, since it's brilliant uncirculated. It's a nice example of these with the fish on them. You can see 1867 to 1967. Now, we'll turn our notice to some foreign coins. This one is King George V. These are weird staples. But this is a shilling, 1912. It's Australian. It says $3, but I only had to pay $2 for it, which this is sterling silver. And it's almost the size of a quarter, so I'm pretty happy with that one. Crunch some more staples. Literally could do this all day long. I prefer them to be crunched down because then these don't, if you got it in a box, they don't rip the plastic on your coins and or have the staple scratch up your coin. Now there's a little divot right there, so this one's a bit circulated, but for $2, it's not too bad. Now, the one that kind of surprised me more is he had one of these. This is a Balboa Panamanian coin. Well, we made them for him. It's 1930, and it's 90% silver and 6¼ grams because it's made on the same planchets that US quarters at the time were being made on. Now, this particular one says $5, which $5 I would have probably bought it for $5, but the guy took at least $1 off of this price. It might have even been $3. He knocked it down to $3. That makes this thing at under melt, which if you can get these under melt, I would buy them all day long because I really like the way the design looks. It's 1930. It's awesome, actually. Now, you'd have a couple Mexican coins, which this one is 1906. And it's a little dark and toned, but that happens. 1906, 50 centavos. It's 0.3215 of silver in it. And then it's got the eagle eating the snake design on the back, of course, which is always on Mexican coins. He took some off of this one. I think about $3 actually, or something like that. Might have been $10 price that I paid for it, which, considering it's ASW, it's about a third ounce of silver. It's not quite a melt coin price, but not horrible. But I like that he took some, took a little off. Now this particular one, it's a larger coin, 1947, 1 peso. It has Morales on it. It's 50% silver. ASW 0.2251. So it takes about 4 of these and 1 other coin to make a 1 ounce. To make it come out to the exact amount, you'd have to buy a bunch of them, or to come out almost exact to 10 ounces or something. Because at 0.225 is a little more than an ounce with silver in it. So it's confusing, but I didn't have this particular Mexican coin, and I wanted one when I saw it. And he had some of the bigger ones too, but he had the price a little higher, and I wanted to pay for those. And this is the other eagle eating the snake design that's kind of made to look a little bit fleshed out, like an actual eagle instead of lines like some of them are, which I may have an example. Yeah, oh no, that one's fleshed out too. Now, all that's fine and dandy. So I leave the store, and I went by errands on the square. Go there if you go to Rockville, and if you want to know what's around the square, just ask the guy, and he can probably tell you. He will probably tell you whatever there is. He's like a ambassador to the city. Now, after I went there, and I've been at the coin shop for a little bit looking through a bunch of foreign coins, which he had a tremendous number. He did tell me that every once in a while, if he's got a whole lot of a certain coin, he may send them off to be melted because he'll never sell them all. And while that's a little bit disturbing, I kind of understand it, because oftentimes they can get more for the melt, than what they can for the actual value of the coin in terms of what they can sell it for, because some of this stuff don't move very fast. Now, after I left there, went over to the Casey's and bought something, and they gave me my change. Right away, I noticed one of the bills is a little bit older. So here's what it is. It's a Series 63B. Unfortunately, when it comes to these, it's a bar note. They made a lot of these. This guy was only in office, though, for 39 days, and people collect these bar notes. This one's rough, and it's one of the more common ones. So the Series B, what I saw online, kind of says it's not really worth more than its face unless it's like in good shape. This one's beat up a little bit, been circulated for a while. But I was kind of happy to get it because I knew the bar name. I just talked about this guy with my jeweler, coin dealer guy, and I got this. So I went back to the coin shop and showed it to him. They said, "That's pretty interesting." He said, "It's not too bad since you only have $1 in it." And he gave me this little sleeve to put it in to help protect it some. And I'll probably keep it, even though it's not really worth more than about $1. I mean, a collector might, who really wants one but can't find it anywhere, might offer you a few dollars for it and then treat it like a hole filler in his collection until he can get a better one. Now, the one last thing I want to talk about, Rockville, the road to go there from where I live, there's a spot, a small town about 11 miles away from Rockville, and Lyford. You go from Lyford to Rockville, it's kind of hilly and a lot of forest, a lot of turns and sharp turns at that. So I'm coming back. There's a guy in front of me. I'm following at a safe pace. And it's a short, but it's leading a short straight, but it's leading into a blind curve. The guy hops out in the lane next to me and passes me, and then gets in the lane right behind the other guy and follows him on his bumper basically until we get to Lyford. That's about 8 miles. He was following that guy real close. Meanwhile, I'm sitting back there looking at him thinking, you are a scourge to the road. You're going to kill somebody one of these days doing stuff like that. Passing someone on a short straight where it leads into a blind corner where you can't see if someone's coming, and someone might be coming down around that corner quicker than you think. And then to follow the guy in front of him on his bumper for 8 miles probably is, he was probably cussing him too. He turned and went one direction, and the other guy went straight, and then he was gone because I went straight too. And someone turned in front of me, and by the time he turned off, I could see the guy was going fast, so he took off. But that's the kind of driver you want to try. Hopefully you avoid if you can. And now the last little bit here I want to talk about. One of my viewers asked a question about the Rockville coin shop because he watched my video where I mentioned them. He wanted to know what bullion was priced at, 1 ounce. Well, his price wasn't much different than what the guy that we go to, I go to most of the time. His price was about the same, both places. So, but on stuff like this, my coin dealer would have probably been similar prices on these. This one might have been a little more. It doesn't have the ASW wrote on it, but at $2, I'm starting to consider and think this, which is sterling, is probably now at $2 to be under melt. Maybe. I'll have to do some calculations. But anyway, that's what happened today. It was nice to get up there and talk to those guys because I hadn't been up there since about April. That's a little bit of a drive, so I have to go up there with the mindset of get something because it's a long way to drive for nothing. And he did knock prices off of every one of these coins, but by the time you pay for gas to drive that far, it seems like the gas people, gas station got the savings, basically. It's about what it feels like. And hopefully we can have better decisions made soon and get more production going on gasoline so the price can come down. But it's not going to happen anytime soon, though. I guarantee you that. But that's all I got for you right now. I'm going to go ahead and head on out of here. I hope everyone has a good day. There could be a chance I go live later, but I don't know. So see you then. Have a good night.